Welcome back, everyone. This is my second time recording this. My first video went on for 34 minutes, and I did not think you guys wanted to hear me talk for 34 minutes and rant and whatnot. So the first thing we're going to get into, I'm going to read this to you. If you haven't seen this, then you'll see this now. Greetings, everyone. We really appreciate all the feedback and conversations that have been going on regarding the new anti-fence stacking feature introduced in the 2.8 test live version. Here is a bit of additional information on why we decided to add this feature in-game, and we hope it will answer some of the concerns you've raised. Why walls instead of doors? By adding the pickup feature, we realize we made this strategy easier, but it's important to note that this has always been an option. By removing the pickup cost, it's more accessible option. I read that wrong. It's a more accessible option. But buildings still have to be built with stability in mind in places where you want to execute the wall swap. At the moment, we don't have any plans to change this, but please feel free to keep the feedback coming our way as this keep the As this keeps the conversation, I will correct it for you, FUNCOM, going, and we are always working on additional solution or balance changes for the game. Okay. Why anti-fence foundation stacking? This is the best part. Fence foundation stacking was primarily changed due to server and client performance. Okay. When a lot of building pieces are stacked in the same location, it can cause clients to crash and servers fail to load buildings correctly. One of the primary reasons we made this change is to reduce those crashes and failures to load buildings. This strategy was an exploitation of a bug that we unfortunately did not get to fix properly before it became the expected way to play the game for a lot of veteran and high-end players. Okay, I'll finish reading this. With this change, we know that the pace of PvP raids will change, but making the changes will allow us to monitor the situation and player expectations. We can also make future changes to either building health, siege damage from all sources, or both based on the feedback we get. Oh boy. Okay. First thing I want to address. Okay. Oh boy. The first thing I want to address is the fact they're talking about server performance. Well, if your servers are suffering, get better servers, okay? But this strategy was an exploitation of a bug that unfortunately did not get to fix properly before it became the expected way to play. Okay. Holy crap. Stacking has been around so long now. What you're telling me is you were lazy. Just be honest. Be honest with us. Give us a little more transparency here. That is just pure laziness at the end of the day. When stacking was starting to become a thing, you should have squashed it right there. You should have reallocated, some sources, some money, some funding, whatever you had to do, some people and some time, and fix it before it became a meta. That would have been the proper thing to do. Instead of turning a blind eye, instead of kind of saying, yeah, it's okay to fence stack. I don't know if I can dig up the information or if I can find it, but I swear there was a point where FUNCOM was like, yeah, fence foundation stacking, it's okay. It's okay. It's not bannable. It's not bannable because we're too lazy to actually go in and fix it. Are you kidding me? How many DLCs did you guys release? But you couldn't fix that? But you could work on DLCs? Huh. Okay, I see where the priorities are. I know the priorities are not towards the PvP community. I get that. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Now I want to address this. We can also make future changes to either building health. This is very vague wording, okay? We're not getting a lot of details here, and like I said, transparency from them. I will bet that drawbridges, our beloved drawbridges, those locations that allow us to survive because of a drawbridge, all that's going to change one day. Okay, In my video before this one, I went on a rant about this, but I can already see that happening. I can already see drawbridges being considered an exploit. Everything is considered an exploit, apparently. The latest video that I uploaded of wedge layering, don't do that. Don't do that on official. Don't do any of the building stuff that I have showed. Don't do any of it on official if you don't want your base to go bye-bye. My videos I post, I play on unofficial servers for good reasons, and just don't. Okay, if you're on official and you're trying to implement these things, you can. That's your choice, but I would just suggest not to. Just don't give FUNCOM any reason to get rid of your base. I have said in my videos countless times, use this at your own discretion. The next thing we're going to get into, I was doing some research and I found a reply from a community manager, member, whatever. You can see it on the page. This person, Rect, who actually originally made this post, he actually replied to one of my videos recently, and I thought it was so cool because I was like, oh crap, I just actually read your post the other day, and I actually wanted to bring this up in the video. And I even left in what he said because I actually really enjoyed it, and I actually agree with it, and I feel like, you know, he'll speak for me here. But first off, let's get into this. Greetings. We're sorry you might have missed our explanation. We'll paste it here again to make sure to reach you. That tone, you can almost hear that tone. Unfortunately, circumventing the stacking fix with other means to achieve the same goal is still exploiting the intended mechanic of the game. Therefore, your post, advertising workarounds, was unlisted. Please understand that any form of stacking of building pieces, placeables, and even having huge amounts of pets and thralls on the same area affects the official server's performance negatively. We are just trying to provide the best service to as many people as possible. Thanks for understanding. Wait, I've never really stacked thralls on top of each other, but I have put multiple thralls in a corner, you know, neatly. It's a nice thing to do. Apparently, even that can get me in trouble now. Oh boy, FUNCOM. Rect responded with, the second post did not discuss any circumventions though. It was simply about how to build a defensible base. I even went on to say that any discussion of such circumventions wouldn't be allowed. Are we not allowed to build? If I'm understanding these rules correctly, that means that any and all buildings in PvP are to be at the mercy of bombs because we're not allowed to put any extra layers of protection between our stuff and the raiders. We can't build large structures because the servers can't handle it, but we can't build compact structures because it's an exploit and the servers can't handle it. I love this wording. Fantastic work here. So what are we supposed to do? It sounds like FUNCOM and by extension you, the moderator, are saying that the server stability is our responsibility as players to manage and not FUNCOM's responsibility as the service provider of the game that we paid money for. The solution to this issue would be to upgrade servers so something that can handle the stress of the buildings like the one in the trailer. No? Whew. I like this guy. Because, you know, that's the thing too. I'm not going to rant about this, you know, but there's a lot of things being said here and a lot you can pick up on from FUNCOM in this time. Okay. I thought the whole point of gods was to help like clear spam, you know, and get rid of excess structures to help make pushes towards a base. You know, I thought that's what gods were for. And then they added a god bubble. So most people just have a god bubble, so gods are utterly useless at this point. If you're smart enough to have a god bubble, you're not allowed to have a lot of spam in huge buildings anymore. So a god can't do much at all anymore unless they forget to reapply their bubble, farm it, stuff like that. Okay, but I thought that's what gods were for. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just an idiot. It seems like what FUNCOM's trying to say here is we were too lazy to fix something that became a meta, but now we're going to fix it and we're going to say it's because of server performance and that our servers can't handle this. You know, reallocate some funds for better servers for a better play experience. Honestly, I don't want to rant about this too much. It's frustrating to read. It's there's no transparency when it comes to what's actually happening, what's allowed, what's not allowed. I don't know. I don't know what's allowed on official. So if you guys are building on official, good luck. I would suggest just sticking with a box and stacking foundations at this point, because I don't know what's allowed and what's not allowed anymore. And FUNCOM doesn't really let us know. They just tell us, nope, don't do this. It's like, okay, well, what are we allowed to do? If your building allows us, if your building system allows us to do something and then we do it and then you tell us, no, you're not allowed to do that. No, okay, an exploit. Okay. I mean, exploits to me are hackers that can go inside my base and take everything out of locked chest and go into my vaults, you know, stuff like that. That should probably be addressed and is still a thing on official servers and even unofficial servers. You know, the hackers. I feel like that's something a little more important than stacking. I don't know. That's just me, but what do I know? Anyways, I just wanted to make this video today to discuss this. If you guys like my build videos, like I said, I would suggest not using them on official. Find unofficial servers that do cater to, you know, more freedom with building. And the biggest thing I love about Conan is I love building. I love the building in mind when it comes to PvP. How can I build this base? You know, can I make it confusing? Can I make it, you know, can I fortify it so it actually protects my loot? You know what I'm trying to get at. I mean, they don't care. They don't care. They don't care, apparently, about the PvP community. I've heard it so many times that FUNCOM does not care about the PvP community, and from what I'm reading and gathering, it really does feel that way. I'll end it there, and good luck to you if you're on official. That's all I gotta say. Good luck.